You're watching the station that's working for you, WMAR-2 News. Now, Good Morning Maryland.
It's about 6:30 now on this Monday morning, February the 25th. Good Morning Maryland. I'm Christian Schaefer. We had the Oscars last night right here on WMAR-2, but Lauren couldn't watch the show at home last night.
I couldn't. We lost power right around 8 o'clock.
Wow,
I was so disappointed.
You were
I
ready.
missed a lot of the red carpet coverage, and I love to watch all the dresses.
Right, but you didn't get to see them because we had that high wind knocking out power in Harford County and all kinds of different places.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't even, of course I knew the wind was coming, but I didn't even think about that the power was going to go out at my house. Luckily it didn't, because I might have overslept this morning.
That's my biggest fear, oversleeping.
Exactly.
My little alarm is on a battery, so it could run out at some point. That's scary, but it should be immune from the power outage.
I rely on my iPhone, and I had like the smallest little tick left of battery.
I know it is.
Maybe that charger.
Yeah, so don't be us. Don't be us this morning. We definitely do have those high winds that are going to stick around throughout the day. Already in Hagerstown last night, 62-mile-an-hour wind. Wow. Exactly. And we're not done yet. We can still see up to about 60-mile-an-hour gusts today, as we do have that high wind warning in effect until about 6 o'clock this evening. Thurmont came in about 56-mile-an-hour wind. We've seen that being reported in the past 12 hours as well. Wind speed right now, these are your sustained winds, not gusts. So we're looking at sustained winds now at about 31 miles an hour. And Parkton, we're seeing that around Thurmont as well. 26 for a sustained wind over in Columbia. And as we go throughout the day, again, this is going to be the name of the game. Temperature change, it doesn't matter. We have these temperatures out here in the 30s, but with those winds feeling like the teens and the 20s this morning. We will have lots of sunshine, but that sun's just not going to warm us up. Let's go check the traffic with Lauren.
Thanks, Lynette. And I have to say, I have power again. And thanks to my parents for letting me stay the night last night. Well, we're off to a busy start. If you're traveling in Anne Arundel County, avoid Mountain Road in Lakeshore. That is shut down due to a crash between North Shore Road and South Carolina Avenue. There's a lot of debris out there this Monday morning. I'm also tracking wind warnings right now on many of the bridges. Restrictions in place here at the Bay Bridge, so empty box trucks and tractor trailers are not permitted to cross that stretch of Route 50. More wind warnings issued for the Tidings Memorial Bridge, Hayden Memorial Bridge, and the Key Bridge. The speed check into the city shows delays southbound 895 approaching the Harbor Tunnel. That's due to construction, and the Beltway slowing down on the west side outer loop right between Interstate 70 and Baltimore National Pike. Christian?
Okay, Lauren, thanks very much. And indeed, we are starting to get a look at some of the effects of those high winds. WMAR-2 News Megan Knight is live in Northwest Baltimore, where a tree has come down. Megan, what are you seeing at this hour?
Yeah, Christian, just a mess out here along West Cold Spring Lane. We're right between Granada Avenue and Garrison Boulevard. And take a look behind me here, this large tree that is now blocking this block of West Cold Spring Lane. Looks like it landed on at least a couple of cars here, so not what neighbors in this community certainly want to wake up to this morning. And even if you're not seeing something this extreme in your neighborhood, you're probably going to see a lot of tree branches, a lot of trash cans if it was trash day or recycling day out in your neighborhood. It really is a mess out there, all because of these high winds that Lynette has been talking about all morning long. Also, these winds causing a lot of power outages this morning, so let's get you caught up on what it's looking like out there where you are. This is all according to BGE's outage map. We've got about 700 outages in Anne Arundel County, close to 700 in Baltimore County. Baltimore City is looking at about 350, Carroll County around 600, Harford County around 500, and Howard County around 600. So again, lots of outages this morning. BGE crews have been very busy during the overnight hours and will likely be busy into this morning as they are dealing with situations like these trees that are coming down across roads and onto power lines. Remember, if you see downed wires, do not approach them. You can call BGE or 911. The BGE number right there on the bottom of your screen, 1-800-685-0123. You can also call BGE to report an outage in your area. That's 1-877-778-2222, or you can go online as well. Just be safe when you're traveling out and about there this morning. We're live in Northwest Baltimore. I'm Megan Knight, WMAR-2 News.
Thanks, Megan. And as you heard Lynette say, we are not done with the wind just yet. Could get more outages throughout the day. Meantime, since last Thursday, 8 people have been shot and killed in Baltimore City, with more than a dozen wounded in that time. WMAR-2 News' Chanel Perriman is live right now at City Police Headquarters with that story this morning. Chanel.
Now, Christian, people in the community plan on coming together tomorrow for a crime walk where they will honor those affected by the violence in the city. It's something that happens every month where leaders in the community come together with elected officials and they walk around different crime scenes, pray together, all trying to hope to put an end to the violence. Since last Thursday, as you mentioned, 8 people have lost their lives to gun violence in the city of Baltimore. The latest homicide was outside the snack shop in Southwest Baltimore. That's where a 20-year-old was shot and killed last night. Now, community leaders plan on holding a prayer service and vigil tomorrow night to honor everyone whose lives were cut short to gun violence or for those neighbors who deal with the violence on their doorsteps daily.
It really is important for people to come out and show that this is something that the community does not accept.
By bringing the community together, at least brings a semblance of hope that if we work collectively, we can address this violence.
Now, tomorrow's crime walk was planned ahead of time, but it just so happened to be near Thursday's shooting scene where one person was found dead and 4 others were injured. That'll be tomorrow night at 6 at Pennsylvania Triangle Park. Live at Police Headquarters, Chanel Pearman, WMAR-TV News.
6:35 right now. Teens who violate a curfew at a shopping center in Baltimore County could find themselves banned from that shopping center for 3 months. We have WMAR-2 News' Mark Roper live in the newsroom right now. So, Mark, how would that ban be enforced?
Good morning, Chris. You know, the officials at the Avenue at White Marsh say the crackdown starts at 9 p.m. After 9, all visitors under the age of 17 must now be escorted by a parent or guardian 21 years old or older or risk being banned from the property for 3 months. The policy further states unsupervised visitors under the age of 17 or those without proof of age must have transportation from the property no later than 9 o'clock at night. Underage teens waiting for rides after curfew will have to wait at a designated spot, but also will face a 3-month ban from the Avenue. This policy affects teens going to the movies at the Avenue as well. During all screenings after 9, the theater will require moviegoers under 17 to be accompanied by someone 21 years old or older. And if you remember, last summer, a huge fight broke out across the street from the Avenue at the White Marsh Mall. The fight brought out dozens of officers and led to the arrest of 7 teens and 2 young adults. Baltimore County Council approved a resolution asking White Marsh Mall owners to enact a curfew, but the mall's policy only states shoppers under age 18 are encouraged to be chaperoned by an adult. Now, both shopping centers also maintain a code of conduct. Anyone who violates the rules of etiquette could be asked to leave, and those who refuse to leave might be arrested for trespassing. Christian?
Okay, we'll see how what the impact of that is. Mark, thanks very much. At 6:37 right now, a group of local college students has recreated a map of what Baltimore looked like nearly 200 years ago. We're going to show that to you next. Now, Channel 2 doesn't go back quite that far, but we do have plenty of history right here in this building. Coming up, more on why you hear me calling it Television Park. That's coming up on the Monday edition of Good Morning Maryland.